Hey, we're going to be blowing up some more cores here. Why? Because I really enjoyed this game, and I'm glad you guys seem to as much as I did. So yeah, we're just going to shoot for the end of this. It's apparently only about a 6-hour game, and so I figure that's a good amount for me to just kind of focus on for a week. I don't want to, like, necessarily bring back full playthroughs that often, but it's one of those just like when I can and will, and when people really seem to enjoy it, I'm going to try to. At least whenever and wherever I can fit it in. I'd like to do some more streams too, but I think that's going to be for certain games that I'm not going to be able to finish otherwise, and that might be, I don't know, it varies. Oh, we can even go through the aluminum layers, and yes, it is aluminum. It is also aluminium. Somebody was being weirdly rude about pronunciation, and it's just kind of like, nah, don't do that. It's like the wrong kind of energy to bring into anyone's daily life, let alone my YouTube comments section. But that's enough shining. Let's focus on just destroying everything. There's just something incredibly satisfying about this. It's actually kind of amusing seeing this game pop off, at least amongst my viewers, because, like, I did a video on it, and just, like, my friends list, I have a couple of viewers on my friends list, and, like, almost every single person from that group has like a couple hours into this game. And it's just very satisfying to see as a creator when I find a game that is like actually really worth picking up, and a lot of people do just right then and there because it's solid and worth the time and money. I don't know. How would I describe it? Like, a lot of games that I cover, I'm kind of covering in the hopes that people pick it up because, you know, I legitimately believe in almost every game that I feature. I want them to succeed, and I think the developers have made incredibly cool games. And so it's very gratifying when I actually do see my fans playing the games that I'm promoting in some way, shape, or form. And, you know, it's not uncommon where I will, like, put out a video on a game and I'm like, man, this game's, like, really good. And then just crickets. You know, maybe the game is overpriced, or maybe it's too similar to other things. I have this problem a lot with roguelike deck builders especially, where it's just kind of like, I really like this game, and everybody's like, yeah, but I'm just gonna go back to Slay the Spire. I'm like, aw, that's kind of sad, because, like, I really like Monster Train. Easy example. One of the best roguelike deck builders I've ever played, and most people will never play it because they'd rather just keep playing Slay the Spire. Wow, we've destroyed, like, almost this entire planet. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have trouble getting through this aluminum. I don't do enough damage to swim through it, and so I'm just kind of bouncing off the edge. It doesn't do enough damage to kill me, which is really good, but I guess I can throw some grenades. I think I'm just gonna... Yeah, I think I'm just gonna try and get to the core. It might destroy me, who knows? But, like, if I need more aluminum, I think I'd rather go for it on a smaller planet, maybe. Or just after a couple more upgrades. Or we could just get stuck in again. The problem is the rotational effect here is kind of wonky. Not durable enough for that one. I'm happy to say, though, that the soundtrack for this game is not copyrighted, from what I can tell. That's nice. Let's see, grenade damage? No. A little bit more drill damage? Absolutely. A little bit more regen? Sounds good. A little bit more armor. Is this one maxed? It is maxed. Let's see. So what else do we have? Quantum boards. I saw somebody was mad at that I haven't done lasers yet. Boy, oh, it takes 600 gunpowder for me to actually get lasers. You're gonna have to be kind of patient on that one. We do not have the ability to tackle that quite yet. Let's go work on that, though. Yeah, I'm gonna need probably oodles of rock, oodles of coal. There we go. And we're going to be eating good for incrementals this month. I've got to look into exactly when the Orb of Creation update comes out, because I'm going to be probably recording that as well. I might stream it. Hard to say. I don't know. I don't even know what this week looks like. It's going to be chaotic, and the answer is, like, If I want to stream all the things I want to stream, I might even have to do, like, 2 streams, like, a double stream day on, like, Wednesday or something. Just because Wholesomeverse and whatnot. Which, honestly, wouldn't be that bad. It's nice to be eating good. The last couple of days I've been feeling like, not a whole lot of games I really want to cover. There's Wallworld, but boy, the launch version on Wallworld needed some work. And so giving it some time in the oven isn't a bad idea. Come back to that in a couple of days and be like, yeah, it's in a better state now. And I can actually make some progress there as well. Yeah, the problem with streaming Wallworld was that the game was not ready to be streamed at the moment. And put me in kind of this awkward position of, well, I'm here for at least a couple hours, because I don't want to just, like, end the stream after an hour. That feels icky. But the game is not ready to be progressed with, and so that's always a bit of an issue. So maybe I think the real answer is, don't stream games if it's in a possibly rough state. I don't know. Yeah, I think it's going to be an edge case for me. I don't usually play games that are that early on. Okay. We need a lot of sulfur. So even though I kind of want to go back, or go for the core and see if I can actually punch it, this time we should probably get as much sulfur as we can, at least for a moment. I think my big thing with streaming is I'm going to try and use that to go back through. I've got a list of games that I call kind of my list of unmissable games. You've probably heard me talk about this even a couple of years ago. It's kind of one of those, like, pipe dream projects that I want to work on. Where it's just like, hey, here are the games that are, like, actually absurdly good. Let's not forget that they exist. Because, like, games like this are really fun and a nice little diversion. But I don't know if I'm going to necessarily... Not that I'm not going to remember it, is that I'm going to be hoping that we get, like, some kind of sequel, follow-up, expansion from the developer, you know, to the core 2. Or it's just to the core, but with a 2 at the beginning, because embrace that slightly cringe 90s era titling, because who cares, right? Let's go get the rest of the rock. There is nothing left on this planet. It was my... I almost killed it. I just need a little bit more armor. Unfortunately, I need a lot of rock to get there. I guess we can increase my fuel by a lot. That would do the trick. What is that one? Increased drop buff, but that needs 5 million coal. That's a little rough. We need sand, but I don't know how to make that yet. Go for the poison? I guess let's go for the poison. Get a lot of poison. Go back to crafting gunpowder. Unfortunately, I spent all of my coal, so we don't have any more steel, but it's fine. We did get the fuel upgrades. No, let's go around the outside. Even though it's probably going to be a pipe dream for me to get all the requisite rock, we do need it. There we go. But so, like, I'm hoping we get a to the core 2 at some point that expands on these mechanics a little bit more. Maybe with, like, a little bit more of a... I don't want to say, like, more of a visual style. I think this works really well, but I can see it looking really nice with, like... I don't even know how to describe it. I don't even know what art style you would use. But, like, hopefully this does well enough that the developer is actually able to use it to potentially expand upon the idea, because I think it's very fresh and interesting. Even if, yeah, there's, I think, Galactic Mining Corporation, that's kind of what I'm talking about. I find this a lot more satisfying in terms of, like, just tackling planets after planet. I think mostly what I would want is make the planets a little bit more interesting, actually have some stuff going on them, even to the point where maybe there's things trying to prevent you from mining in, and so you have to kind of either dodge or drill through them as well. That might be a little dark, but who knows. Okay. I think we... Oh yeah, we've got oodles of coal at this point. That's what I'm looking for. But like conversely, what's a good example of a game that is functionally perfect and needs no changes or sequel or successor, because it's so well made that any kind of addition or modification onto it would just feel odd. I mean, like, I guess the Phoenix Wright games kind of are a good example of that. Like, I like the Phoenix Wright games, but it's definitely one of those where it's like, I don't really feel the compunction to play, like, 7 of them. I probably will over the course of my life, but, like, the first game and maybe, like, the second or third, and even then, like, mostly it's just that first game, and there's kind of that feeling of, like, this is just kind of a perfect game. And the, like, energy of the very final case, like, despite the fact that it was a little scuffed at times, because it was, you know, in addition to show off the capabilities of the DS, just the plot and the writing and all that stuff was just so near perfect that I can't imagine anything, like, better than that in any of the sequels, and to some degree, it's part of the reason why I haven't played through them. I think I'd still enjoy playing through them anyway, but I don't know. Why is it purple? What happened? What did I do? Oh, did I poison the core? Is that what's going on? It's probably exactly that. Actually, I think we can take the core here. Get our HP back. I should have done this a long time ago. We got it. Let's see. But yeah, let's prestige the planet. Because yeah, it still did a lot of damage to me, but we had enough sulfur here that I could heal. Is there even anything left? No. Moon's dead. Alright, perfect. Let's go shopping. Craft some steel. I don't think I can make too much of it, unfortunately, but that's fine. Let's see. Could sell stuff. We have a lot of silicon. I could sell that for a lot of money. But no. I'd rather save that. We're either going to need to craft with it or something else. Let's see, do we want to upgrade our drill? Yeah. I think I'm just going to go back to the solar system. I think we're just going to prestige to moon. Oh, and it's bigger too. Good stuff. Yeah, this will solve some of my problems. Because yeah, we just didn't have enough targets. The moon was too small. Nice to know that it gets bigger as we go through. Let's see, what was I going to say? I don't know. There are other good examples of games that I would... Outer Wilds. Perfect example. I think we are going to get some kind of sequel or successor to it. Like that, I think, is an inevitability. Let's try and mine in. Unfortunately, the coal seems to be a little bit harder to crack. I think I need a little bit more damage. I'm gonna just try and jam myself in here so I'm not bouncing off. And flying super far out. Ooh. Sulfur hurts though. It's fine. But so a lot of those games that I consider to be kind of perfect that are also not getting updates anymore, those are the ones that I like really want to start streaming. But boy, time has not been on my side. I also have like so many other projects. Like the curse of being a creative person is knowing that like every bit of your time that is not spent working on something cool is functionally wasted. So like for me, watching television always feels kind of icky because, you know, I don't like a whole lot of television. Not to knock the writers, but it's often one of those where it feels like they weren't allowed to like really take the show all the way to where they could have, and it's instead kind of held back by marketing. Easy example would be like the more recent Star Wars stuff. Like some of it is really good, and some of it is like very clearly done for marketing purposes. So like, if you I guess spoilers for The Mandalorian if you haven't kept up with it, but, okay, they're gone, hopefully. Come back in like 30 seconds, ish. But in The Mandalorian, you're supposed to be getting, or Mando was supposed to be getting rid of Baby Yoda, you know, passing it on to Luke, so Baby Yoda could be trained as a proper Jedi, because go figure, it's super Force sensitive. And he succeeds, gives up Grogu, and then within like half a season of another TV show has gotten Grogu back. And it's just... it felt like it had so much more potential, but because Grogu was so incredibly popular, you know, Baby Yoda is a marketing titan. Like, no joke, incredibly effective. Because it was so marketable, they brought it back. Like, that's the only possible explanation I can give. I cannot imagine that they intended to bring it back that fast in that manner. And maybe they did, but it felt like kind of a weird reversal that was only explicable, or is only explicable because of the character's popularity. It's kind of like how Glenn in The Walking Dead is supposed to die really, really early. But from what I remember, he was so popular that they actually had him survive for like 3 more seasons. And that was kind of at least somewhat of an issue. I don't know how much of one. But it's kind of one of those where it, like, you know, some level of that flexibility is good, but I don't know, it kind of messes with what the writers might have possibly intended for it. Similarly, maybe not so similarly, one of my favorite shows ever. Hey, we've got the lens enhancer, we got lasers now. Let's see, do we want to go for the electricity tank? I can hold a lot of it, but I don't know what it gets me. So let's not. Let's see, do we have enough coal? Oh yeah, we got plenty to keep crafting. Oh, I see. We can see how much we've got kind of queued up. Looks like I'm going to need some iron, too. Let's see. Yeah, let's go back to this one. I might actually be able to do a decent chunk of damage to it. Certainly rebuild my iron supply. Hey, Iron Mastery 10. That was slightly elusive. But I really like Owl House. I think it's one of the best television shows I've ever seen. And the problem I had with Owl House was 2 seasons in, they more or less started messing with the show, Firefly style. You know, making it like go up at odd times with like extreme delays, and like you could clearly tell somebody at Disney, like one of the higher ups, didn't like the show and wanted it gone. Probably because it was extremely progressive and like incredibly well made and whatnot, and they might not have really liked where the story was going, question mark, I don't know. I don't want to read too far into these things because I start sounding kind of crazy. But it is well known that the guy did not like the show and wanted it gone. And it sucked because, like, it was really good. And so I never want to blame writers for why these shows have issues, because it's almost always a management decision. And so, this is one hell of a tangent. And so, because of this, despite the fact that I'm sure the writers are great people, you can feel that, like, oversight in a lot of television shows. You know, either this needs to continue for, like, 7 seasons. Oh, whoops, you know, ratings are finally dropping, time to cancel it. I really like the Voltron show, and the last, like, 2 seasons of that are a travesty. Not because they were particularly bad, but because you could tell that you know, without warning, they've been given kind of the deadline saying, you have to stop making this, wrap it up, at which point they have to be like, oh shoot, you know all those plot threads that we, like, put together? Time to resolve as many of them as possible really fast. And it just did not feel good. And, you know, I don't know. I hate that. I want to be able to enjoy a television show without the idea of it being limited by some kind of market forces beyond the creator's control. Mostly, you know, trying to either keep ratings up or to capitalize on the fact that, hey, this show is incredibly popular. Maybe if we just keep it going for 7 seasons, you know, well past its actual lifetime, just because what else are we going to do? You know, this show literally prints money. And so kind of because of those feeling and that constant, you know, I don't want to say like over monetization, over exploitation of a really good idea. I find myself often getting really bored of them because it just feels like, yeah, this is filler for the sake of filler. I loved the idea of a Pokemon television show, but it didn't tell a story. It just kept you there for a while. That's why, like, as a kid, you know, I watched maybe half of a season of Pokemon and said, wow, this is really boring, and then went off to watch, like, every season of Digimon ever made. And admittedly, I dipped off on it after I tried watching Data Squad, but I felt like Data Squad maybe pandered a little bit too much to kids, but who knows, maybe it's actually worth going back to. I always like start watching it and then I bail right before they go to the digital world, and I think that was a mistake. Let's see. And who knows, maybe it isn't actually that good. I like Season 4. A lot of people didn't, so maybe I'm not the best judge of Digimon series. I just like the idea of transforming into monsters. I think that's really cool. But so, because of all of this, I have the hardest time watching television shows because it doesn't feel like the creators were really given full license to create the thing that they wanted. And so, like, me being the... you know, me wanting to at least try and be creative with everything I do. And, like, not... I don't want to say die without any regrets, but, you know, kind of that feeling of just, like, yeah, I don't want to... be an old person and be like, man, I wish I had written that book. And so, like, whenever I'm watching a TV show, I get that feeling that, like, why am I doing this? This is not worth my time. I should be writing that book. Okay, so I'm gonna try and bust this core. I don't think we want to actually get to prestige, the next level of prestige. But I'm gonna see if I can touch the core once. And then heal back up again. And then keep touching it. Because every time we take a core, we get a big ol' stat boost. And I want that big ol' stat boost. Okay, this is very disorienting. Okay, we could prestige the planet. I'll prestige it. Let's go shopping. Okay. So we don't have enough for more steel, but that's kind of where what we want. I need so much gunpowder. Let's see, do we want the iron? Yeah. Or purity. I suppose so. Yeah, let's just snag those. Let's go back to the solar system. I guess we're gonna need to go back to the moon. Because I think we're gonna need a silly amount of coal. Oh yeah, I don't have nearly enough. Right. And I'm on speed mode. I guess we should go for the rock. And just wreck all that right now. Just mulch through everything that we possibly can. There we go. Those AoE upgrades are massive. I was really hoping I'd be able to hit that with a little bit more force. Kind of like a faster you move, the more damage you do for a short period of time. I know there's the, like, if you're going really fast, you kind of emit a shockwave. But I don't know how fast I need to do to be able to do that now. I don't know, I'd love to see this actually have a little bit more like an aggressive of a physics system, so you are trying to, like, ramp off of things to slingshot yourself back down for, like, big damage. Okay, how much coal? Oh yeah, we're gonna be getting out of here with like 1 million. That is exactly what I'm looking for. Okay. Unfortunately, the sulfur is a little tougher. I think we do need this stuff. Okay, so what can we do? Well, we definitely want that armor. That's rock armor. That's cobalt, but we don't know. I don't think we can do that. Oh, gem change. Chance to dig up gems when digging a rock. I think we need those. I think we need a lot of those. Luckily, that was really cheap. The gem amount, but I need gems for that. Anything else? Because you need a lot of sulfur for that. Let's go back to crafting. Okay, so we can make quite a lot of steel, in fact. Perfect. And yeah, let's keep queuing up all of the gunpowder. We have 22,000 queued up. We just can't craft it. Alright, so what else can I make? Missiles per second. Yeah, I'm gonna buy one of those. Okay, let's grab the next one. So now we know how to get gems. That was one of the huge bottlenecks we were getting limited by. Perfect. Oh, I have a lot of... I'm already getting tons of gems. That's exactly what I was looking for. The missiles are kind of fun. Not particularly good, but... I always like these games... How do I describe it? One of my biggest pet peeves in games and game design is linear upgrade systems. It's never very fun when you're just increasing one stats. So like, Final Fantasy 16, not a spoiler. One of the big issues that I have with the game is that every single weapon is a linear upgrade from the previous one. There are no special features. The fire sword, well, no enemy has an elemental weakness to exploit, so it doesn't matter if you're using the flame tongue or the ice brand. They are functionally the same, except for one has a bigger number than the other. It always feels kind of iffy to me, just because, like, why even have an upgrade system at all if everything just gets stronger on a linear scale over the course of a playthrough? You know, if at level 50 I have the plus 10 sword, like, then why even have the plus system? And I guess it feels good in Dungeons & Dragons, but I think it's because there's a lot of other equipment that is more interesting. Okay, so let's increase the amount of gems we can get. I know we need gems. Wow, that is pricey. We can make a whole bunch of those. So now we are making 10, a little over 10 gunpowder. 9.9, I suppose, per craft. Oh, we can increase my drill explosion size. That is what I'm looking for. Alright, keep boosting my armor, keep boosting my fossil fuels. Yeah. Let's go back. I think we'll do another round on the moon, and then I will switch over to... let's see it. One more round on the moon, then we'll switch over to the big planet, which I think has gotten even bigger at this point. And so, like in this case, I don't mind the fact that that we have a linear upgrade system for my drills, just because, like, the incremental nature of these games, it feels good because it's so fast. You know, it's not really fun if you play for like 10 hours on a game and you like clear a dungeon or you beat a hard boss and it's like, you found the legendary sword Excalibur, and it's just like 20% better than your previous sword. Like, that's boring. Here, sure, we've increased our drill strength by like a lot, but you can tangibly feel it. It's not just like a number showing up on screen. There is a feel that, like, I am swimming through these rocks faster than ever. And while I can scale the difficulty up, that's somewhat of an option to me. So, like, at some point we can go back to a Prestige 1 planet and probably just fly straight through it like well, fly straight through it as it'll offer zero resistance to me. And that'll feel really good when we get to that point. Okay. Yeah. Knew I wasn't gonna survive, but to be expected. Do we want to keep grabbing this? Yeah, if we can max that out, it'll be worth it. Okay, let's go back to crafting, because we do need to save an amount of this so I can get some more steel. Let's see, we almost have enough gunpowder. Let's go back to the main planet. Oh, did I forget? Let's go back to the solar system. Let's go up to Prestige 3. And so, like, it slowed back down again, but it feels good because I'm getting so much more for this. And so the incremental nature, like, even though it's a linear upgrade scale, it doesn't feel bad, especially because, unlike the previous couple times that I've been on this planet, I now have this AoE. So rather than destroying, like, 1 block at a time, I'm destroying, like, 1.5 blocks, or even 2 blocks. And presumably we can get that explosion to be even bigger. But also on top of that, we are firing missiles constantly, most of which seems to just be flying into the ether, but it doesn't matter as much because it feels like I'm doing something more. And then we also have the poison, the chain lightning, which I am not really seeing in action too much. And then, I mean, technically the grenade. And so having all of these extra things being tacked on, it makes it feel good. That the upgrade system has more heft to it than just you are getting a bit stronger every single time. Take away all of these other upgrades. Make it so that we are only upgrading my drill strength, and it is purely just how fast can you get to the center of the same planet, and every time you get to it, the planet gets 50% harder. The game would be really boring. Like, sure, some people would do it. There was a game I played a long time ago as kind of a joke called, like, Blip Blops or something like that. Raw Fury had made it as a knock against games like Cookie Clicker, as a, like, tie-in game for a social commentary game about, like, corporate dystopias and depression and some other stuff. I never finished it, but it very much was trying to say, like, hey, this video game is just pure content, and to some degree we should kind of beware the contentification of video games, you know, things that you just do as a time sink, just for the sake of passing the time, and they no longer give you joy. And, you know, maybe it's over monetized, so, like, you still are doing this same action over and over and over again, but, you know, if you pay a little bit of money, you can do it a little bit faster. Like, sometimes that can be fine, sometimes it can be fun or satisfying, or you like the developers. Like, from my perspective, what is it? I mean, reading about Diablo 4 has been nothing short of just like, why would people play this? You know, it seems like a demonstrably worse game than the Diablo 2 I played as a kid. And maybe there are merits to it, maybe it's kind of more MMO-y nature, has more of a draw than I think it does, but it feels like a lot of these big developers are trying to bring mobile gaming to the AAA space. And somewhat succeeding, but people are not happy about it, hence why people really like Baldur's Gate 3 right now, I don't know. Or why so many of my audience members leaped on this game, because it's pure. And I think that's part of the reason why I'll always be like a major proponent of indie games, because, you know, some indie games are horrible, terrible cash grabs, but they get buried under all of the really good games, most of the time. I mean, sometimes you have like the weird ones where you're just like, how did this game do well? Who's playing this? I like to pretend it's children, but it often probably isn't. Well, maybe, I don't know. I don't know if any, like, adults that were really big on Hello Neighbor. Okay, I think we might be able to take the core here, if I'm careful. Oh, when we get a crit, that's when we heal. I might not be able to take the core. I think that this is just going to do a little bit too much damage to me. Yeah, insta-killed, in fact. Alright, let's go back to crafting. Wait, equipment. Oh, lens enhancer. Oh, didn't have this. All damage reduced. Shoot lasers from the drill. I think that's just speed. Well, we need more coal. That's still going, and we can't make circuit boards. What else can I make here? Okay, that's done, and... oh, gem amount 20. Oh boy. Make that explosion size bigger. And then we could do missile size. Ah, I can do the steel-plated drill. That's the big one. Alright, let's go back to this moon. Okay, lens enhancer. So it seems like my damage is a little bit lower. Or not? Oh. It uses a stupid amount of fuel. I think I'm gonna turn it off. I don't think it's worth it here, reducing my damage and everything else. I think I'd rather be just a blasty boy. Because yeah, I don't gain fuel back from it. You know what I was talking about with like incremental upgrades? Even though I'm saying no to it, the feeling of like, hey, but I could use this thing if I wanted to. That alone makes this a much more interesting experience. Kind of the same thing with these grenades. Like, I don't really benefit too much from using them. Because I kind of don't want to. Okay, ooh, that's a big armor upgrade. Snag those. And gem amount a lot. Alright, let's keep crafting, let's keep crafting steel. Looks like I'm just gonna need more and more coal. What else can we get? 2 missiles per second. Sure. Okay, let's go back to equipment. I'm gonna take this off for the time being. Because, yeah, that's too expensive. Oh. It gains EXP. Never mind. But it needs iron and aluminum. We need coal at the moment, so let's leave that for a bit. We'll equip it whenever we're going to that one planet. But the moon, it's not useful on the moon. Yeah, the fact that that has its own progression system on top of it, even though it's probably going to be some kind of linear upgrade system, that it feels good. Agency is kind of incredibly important to game feel, and it feels like a lot of games miss that. Probably because agency is hard to design around, especially if you're going for like a more, how would I describe it? I guess the more curated the experience, the more agency is kind of your enemy. Because if you're trying to effectively have a theme park ride of a game, if players can just get off the roller coaster and go elsewhere, that's an issue. I know I don't want to say the latest gaming news controversy going on in the background has been people misquoting some developers about how like Baldur's Gate is going to give players kind of false expectations of what game developers are able to produce. I think that is actually slightly valid. A lot of people are going to expect, you know, Baldur's Gate 3 out of every CRPG and are going to be at least somewhat disappointed. Okay. Boy, we cannot make a whole heck of a lot of that, but that's fine. What do we need for this? 100 steel. What do we need for this? Oh, we have the steel. We just need the money. Resources. Yeah, I got 27 million of that. Let's just get rid of both. Or, let's get rid of the silicon for the time being. That solves some of our money issues, because, yeah, we need the damage. Let's see. For the rock, yeah. What do I need for this? Gunpowder. We're actually getting close. Because I'd like to upgrade my vision again. Yeah, 3... You know, actually, if we go back to crafting... That should be a little faster. Okay. Let's go back to equipment. Let's equip this, because it levels up from iron and aluminum. Okay, let's go here. Prestige 3. Travel. Right. I gotta make sure I'm doing this correctly. At least we get millions of iron from this, so that's very much what I was kind of looking for. The laser is very good for cleanup. Okay. And silicon is pretty good for heals. Yeah, I'm just gonna do that. I'm curious if we can laser the core. I don't think we have enough beef for that. Yeah, it seems like the core dies. It looks like I can actually swim through the aluminum freely. It's not going to do too much damage to me. I just don't think I'm going to be able to kill the core in my current state. It probably does too much damage. Interesting. It seems like, yeah, that poison must be spreading and taking out a lot of these parts. That's interesting. I'm curious how well it spreads. Because it seems to be kind of an AoE on top of AoEs. It's like a good way of clearing out all this extra stuff. Okay. Get this back. I don't exactly know how we level up. My laser. I'm assuming it's either, like, doing damage with the weapon, or it's just bringing it on runs where I'm collecting these things, or I just have to invest the resources somehow. Because, yeah, if I can get it so that the laser has a much lower fuel cost. There we go. Or does, like, way more damage than it currently does. That'll solve a lot of my problems. Oh, one way or another, we're just going to keep punching through this planet. I guess I might as well just have my laser out this whole time. It doesn't do enough damage to me to really hurt. And I can just swim through this entire mess. There we go. Yeah, I don't know how much aluminum we... Oh gosh, we have 21 million. I was gonna say, I don't know how much we have, and I don't know how much we're going to need to get anything, but, boy, if I need any aluminum after this, I'm going to be shocked. I mean, we're gonna need a bunch, inevitably. Okay. So I can get even more gems. More gems begets more gems. Gem chances, yeah, I'm just gonna let that go. Alright, so what else do we have? Crafting. Yeah, I can't make any of those. Gunpowder is going. So now I just need money and a lot of coal. We can get... Yeah... no, it's worth it. Because I only need 3,000. We have that. Actually, can I invest more gems? No, I don't have enough gems. We'll get plenty more. Actually, we're not. I'm gonna need to get more sulfur and coal, but still, I'm a flying explosion. Let's see. Alright, back to solar system. Go here. I didn't take a look at the laser. It feels stronger. There we go. Boy, that explosion radius is massive. I barely even have to do anything about this. Yes! Oh, here we go. There are very few games that make me goblin yes, but here we are. And I'm dead. It's fine. Let's see. So drill poison even more. Looks like it's just percentage-wise. Let's see. Probably want to go for the regen, but what do I need here? Money. Let's just sell that. Alright. We have enough for more vision. Ooh. It's a small amount of drill armor, though. Like, very small. Oh well, where can I go? So we can buy the 2 billion. Okay. Oh, we got the core. Sick. I didn't actually mean to get the core, I just kind of went. Okay, get my resources back if I can. Yep, we can just swim through this whole planet on Prestige 2 now. It's very nice. And all of those explosion upgrades are massive. I do kind of wonder about some of these games if you could have slightly randomly generated or like A or B options for some of the upgrade systems. If that actually would be better. Because I would forego most upgrades in order to be the biggest explosion I possibly could be. Yeah, I don't know. Let's just snag the armor. Let's go back to crafting, because we are going to need all of that and more. There. 15,000 more. Do we want more poison? Kind of. Well, at least we can prestige... Oh. Wait, what? Oh, was I on a prestige... 1? Was that what happened? Maybe I didn't get the core. Maybe that's why that one went down in a hurry. That's probably exactly the case. How long have I been going for? I got another like 10 minutes. Come on. There we go. I feel like I should draw like a little sidebar wander of me just biting into a planet. Voraciously. Alright, let's see what I can do. No, that star just freaking demolished me. No chance. Let's see. Just increase my overall fuel cap? Yeah. Problem is I'm gonna need like an insane amount of gunpowder. Okay, let's just drop. Can I actually do... No. I cannot. Okay, so what is this? So it looks like we just need... We've got enough iron, but we need more aluminum. Okay, let's see. In that case, I guess we'll just go back. Go to solar system. I did... Oh, I didn't take the core on tier 3. Yeah, so we're just gonna have to heal up. I think that was my issue. Yeah, I'm just gonna use the laser. Hopefully we can get the requisite EXP it needs just by lasering it a bunch. Yeah, can I... Because it's got 2 meters above it. And I'm really curious about how it gains EXP. Because we should be gaining tons. At least according to that. Yeah, because it seems like I have to laser them to get the benefit. Oh, I can just hit the aluminum. Yeah, the problem is, it just doesn't do that much. I just wanted to see what would happen if I, like, maxed it out. It seems like it's kind of getting there. It's certainly filling up. Okay, let's just get a bunch of iron. I wonder if I can sell gems. Let's see. Yeah, I don't want to die. I would like to mine as much of this as possible. Is it filled up? The answer is no. Okay, swim through this. You know what? Let's go poke that core. Died. Okay, go back to equipment. It's getting closer. So that was correct. I was getting what I was looking for there. Alright, let's craft some steel. I need more coal. I guess I might as well make that. Didn't give me much. Let's see. Do we want to... Yeah, let's throw the iron in. And I'll grab some more poison. Oh, you know what we do have, though? The big upgrade. The good one. Okay. I was hoping to prestige this planet at some point. Sooner than later. This is still just a little too small for what I need out of it. There we go. I know we can also get, like, auto mining and, like, orbital lasers and stuff. I don't know when we get access to those things. The missiles are very good at clearing out kind of the little extras. Okay, I don't... Oh. Laser almost does enough damage. Almost does enough damage. Okay, so we have poison. Ooh. That's... Yeah, that's really good. Go with that. I'd like some of these. Well, let's start the gunpowder production. And I can at least get that. Hey, and we're done. Yeah, so we can't increase that fuel size anymore. Let's see. Do we want to grab the drop boost? Yes. Because that alone is kind of huge. Anything else? Because I'm going to need, yeah, like 50,000. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm just going to have to keep going back to this one. Okay, here's my thoughts. We can core this planet. We just have to use the laser. Just take it down to the point where there's nothing left, heal back up on the coal layer. Got it. Okay, let's prestige, but we're not restarting. Not yet. We've got some resources to snag. Yeah, and it seems like the laser is incredibly good for clearing out just rock on this level. Though that's not gonna last. Boy, that cost is expensive. What? I mean, flip side, if I can get it fully upgraded. Oh, I did die from that. Alright. Let's see. If I can get it fully upgraded, then it ain't gonna matter. Let's see. Do we want to just keep making more gunpowder? No, let's start with the steel. Those are huge damage upgrades. Okay. And then do we go back here? Prestige 3? Yeah, let's see what I can do. Because I think I'm going to try the exact same tech. on this planet. Oh, that's not even a question. That's easy mode. Okay. Keep trying to heal back up. Because I want to use the laser to clear these. If I can. I don't know what those meters above the laser even mean. Unfortunately, I might not heal from the explosions. Those missiles may also be causing me some level of issues. Hard to say. Okay. I'm gonna hope we got everything I was looking for. I'm just gonna chill out for a second until I get low again. Damn, this thing is a hog. There we go. Oh, I just noticed we've got $2 billion dues. That means we do get to go to a new planet before this video is over. I mean, it feels like for the most part we're getting to one new planet per episode, which isn't terrible. It means we're probably just consuming one singular solar system, which is, I mean, okay. Okay, let's just chew through a bunch of things. As well use the laser to clear. I'm probably gonna get cooked. And it's going to be at least somewhat responsible, but you know what? Whatever. I don't know if I really even need this much iron. How much iron? Yeah, 200 million. And we've just prestiged the planet, so it's probably gonna... I mean, next place is going to have even more. Anything left? I'll use the laser to take out the little, like, kind of leftover bits. Oh, the laser only fires if there's a target. Oh, no, it still fires. Funny. Alright. First and foremost, always explosion size. Next, go to solar system because we want to buy this planet. Plant, soil, clay. Vita, life finds a way. Enemies spawn on this planet. Enemies? Okay. We got some stuff. Okay, what is this? Siphon expander. No, that ain't it. Okay, that requires diamonds. So that ain't it. Still requires diamonds. Did I miss, like, a cheaper planet that I can buy? Oh. I did. Okay, so we don't even need to do that one. I guess we get to buy 2. Well, do we want to take a look at Prestige 4? Sunk into it as hard as I possibly can. I guess question. Nope. Can't even get through to the end. But I have the money. Okay, let's zoom out. Yeah, because we can buy this planet. Can we buy its moon? Kind of. Sand, coal, yeah. I'm getting the distinct feeling I should have come here a while ago. I am noticing that there are status effects. Frost, specifically. So, yeah, there's all sorts of stuff. I was so hyper-focused on what I could finish from those previous places. Yeah, I didn't even notice this one. But then again, I mean, I haven't seen anything that required ice at this point yet anyway. Actually, go down here, see what I can do. It's beautiful watching the poison mess with these. Turn things kind of that nice magenta. Okay, so this is going to be how we make glass, presumably. And this is going to unlock all sorts of goodies and progression. Yeah, don't use the laser for destroying large swaths of anything. Use it for cleanup. Okay, can I even get to this stuff? Yes, I can. Not only that, it gets me a decent chunk of my HP back. Oh, we're getting rock from this planet. Okay. Let's prestige it. Clean up a couple of things. I don't really know if I need this much ice. We are already up to Ice Mastery 9. That's really funny. Yeah. Those explosions. Oh, do the crits have a bigger explosion to them? It probably does. I'm also assuming the higher the frost level, probably the less fuel I heal from. Oh, that's fine. Okay, so if we go back to this, we can make glass now. Alright, so if I go back to this... Oh, we need coal. All of my coal squandered. Really? I don't have enough? Oh, wait, no. What? I have no idea. Oh, this is the easy moon. I mean, it's still gonna get me 1,000,000 coal nice and easy. Yeah, we could have gone for a prestige planet. I think every time you prestige, it resets the counter, which is... I wish it would actually just auto the next one. Okay, go back to the solar system. Prestige 3. There we go. I need so much more than 1,000,000 coal. Ooh, this is tankier. Okay, I should probably finish this up. It is getting monstrously late, but I'm having a good time with this game. I honestly cannot wait to play more. Just in terms of, like, I don't know, it's fun discovering all the different little ways to progress. All the upgrade systems that I've just gotten access to, and so on and so forth. Like, nothing quite like it. Now let's upgrade this, and then just make a stupid amount of glass. Alright, so what can I do with that? So, drill buff. Electricity buffs the drill. More drill tank. Drop buff. Reduce time per strikes. I don't know where that puts us. Static size. I suppose I should max those out. What else have I gotten access to? Crits. Even more gem quantity, which is good. Ice. Frozen fuel time. I mean, I have so much ice that, yeah, there we go. Alright. Oh, we've just bought a massive amount of upgrades. I always love it when I hit this point where it's just kind of like, yeah, you just hit the big progression, the next big progression tier. Go nuts. Feels really good to me. Alas, we're gonna have to wait until the next episode to actually, really capitalize on all of these things, but boy, I'm looking forward to it. So, with all that said, I guess y'all have heard my outro for the, from the first episode, so thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you next time.